Today I'm going to cover the 3 different ways you can lose belly fat and overall fat that really no one ever talks about. My client Steve just joined the health optimization program a month ago, and he's already lost almost 20 pounds within his first month. And he was applying just 2 of these modalities into his plan. So if you apply all of them, I'm very confident that you can see some very similar results just like this, especially if you have a very well dialed in workout routine and diet that is effective. So stick around to the end of this video if you want to do just that. So modality number 1, way number 1 in which you can lose more belly fat is to eat more in the way of saturated fat and monounsaturated fat. And the reason I recommend this is because fat does not stimulate any sort of insulin response at all, right? There's no glucose in saturated fat, so there's no reason for insulin to go up. And if you don't know what insulin is, insulin will literally predict how much body fat you lose or gain, right? It's an anabolic hormone that is responsible for fat storage, either around your skin or around your organs, depending on how metabolically healthy you are, right? So if we eat dietary fat, even from saturated fat like butter, if we were to eat a whole stick of butter, for example, which none of you are going to do, but for the sake of the example, insulin doesn't rise at all whatsoever. There's no glucose in saturated fat, so there's no reason for insulin to store any glucose because there's no glucose to store. So, of course, none of you are going to eat just a straight stick of butter, but no matter what the quantity looks like, even if it was 2 or 3 sticks of butter, you're not going to see any sort of insulin response at all whatsoever. And there's far more in the way of satiety with fattier cuts of meat like mackerel, sardines, ribeyes, New York strips. There's so much more in the way of satiety from those foods in comparison to even natural carbohydrate sources from fruits and vegetables, and especially any processed carbohydrate that you want to use as an example, like a brownie, cookie, ice cream, etc. Right? So, different way in which you can lose belly fat and overall fat number 2 is to train more legs. And I know this sounds a little bit different, but the reason why you want to double down on your leg workouts is because they stimulate the biggest metabolic reaction out of any other muscle group, just because your legs are by far the biggest muscle group in the entire body. So therefore, they stimulate the greatest metabolic reaction. And the bigger the muscle group, the bigger the metabolic reaction. So if we were to train legs twice per week, we would be getting double or even triple the metabolic reaction that we would be getting compared to a week if we weren't training legs at all, or even if we were just training legs once per week, we would be getting double the metabolic boost. And if you have an elevated metabolic rate along with a diet that includes a whole lot in the way of heart-healthy saturated fat and monounsaturated fat that literally gives you no insulin response, then you're already going to be in a very good position. So, different way number 3 is to take cold showers. Now this may sound a little bit different, but even if you immerse yourself in the cold, even from anywhere between 30 to 60 seconds, you activate what's called your brown fat tissue. And you induce what's called thermogenesis, which in simple terms means the generation of heat. So your body literally begins to generate heat and activate your brown fat tissue, the tissue that warms you up, once you immerse yourself in cold water, in the shower, in a pool, or whatever it may be. And this allows you to use your own body fat, the white fat per se, the bad fat that we actually want to burn as fuel. That's the fuel source that we actually use to generate heat. And I myself take a cold shower almost every single day, and my body fat percentage is as low as 5% year round. And I'm not saying with this single cold shower that I take every single day, along with just eating more dietary fat and training legs, has helped me to gain a body fat percentage like that and sustain it, but it's everything else as well. Making sure you're targeting each and every muscle group each week. Making sure you're getting enough high quality animal foods in your diet every single time that you eat. Making sure you get a good insulin response every single time you eat anything. Making sure that you get anywhere between 8 to 9 hours of sleep per night to get the most out of your way of recovery. Not eating 2 to 3 hours before going to sleep so you can have what's called a long time-restricted eating window and give your gut some time to break down the food that just came in previously. I'm not even scratching the surface on the information that I give to my clients on a consistent daily basis that allows them to see the amazing results that I've seen and the amazing results that they have seen Very similar to Steve, who literally has lost almost 20 pounds within his first month joining the health optimization program. So if you want to start seeing results like that on a monthly basis and lose your gut for good, get a flat stomach, then I recommend you click the first link in the video description to speak with me one-on-one to see if I can help you do just that. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.